Hey guys, Brian here. Today I'm going to tell you how to set surround sound for your PS4. First, we're going to talk about what you need. Then we're going to talk about how to wire it, and then we're going to talk about how to configure it. They all took me forever to figure it out. Tried a million things, and I finally got the combination I was looking for. So I'm here to pass that information along to you guys. So first, let's talk about what you need. You're going to need your PlayStation. You're going to need Insignia universal speakers for the rear. Maybe those ones right there. You don't need all these particular ones, but this is what I have, and so yours are probably set up somewhat the same way. Then you need your sound bar. I've got a Sony, and I got all those hooked up. Then you're gonna need an HDMI cable, a 4K HDMI cable, and that's gonna be right there. You see the arrow pointing out. It's gonna be the out source. That's going to go to the back, and it has to go in the one that says HDMIC ARC. I don't know if all TVs have them, but if yours has ARC, that's the one you're looking for. And the arrow, obviously, you see it pointing in. Then you're going to need two HDMI, no, not HDMI, these are optical cables. And the optical cables here, you need two of them. I'll tell you where those go next. On the back of this Insignia receiver, it's got two optical ports. One says in, one says out. The one that says in needs to go to the PlayStation, right back there. The one that says out needs to go to the sound bar. This one only has one, so it goes right there. And then you got your wires back here. It's really easy. Just gotta pop that baby somewhere. Put the red in the red, black in the black. Run it to the speaker. Same thing. There's another little red and black thing back there, and same thing for the other one. Pretty easy. Watch out, girl. And that about does it for the wiring. Remember, this has to be a 4K HDMI cable, and it has to go to the ARC. That port right there. So that's it for wiring. So now we're going to talk about configuring this puppy. The fun part, we got to configure everything. So here, if it's on auxiliary, you got to hit this button, push it over to optical. Then you come over here. First thing you got to do is hook up the sub. There's a button on the back that you push. You just push that button one time, it'll start flashing. And then you have to get your remote, this one here. You have to hold down the clear audio. Hold that down for 5 seconds. See, I had to do it twice because I was waiting for the USB and analog both to flash. That's how you know that it's actually linked. If it's stuck on Bluetooth or USB or whatever, push this button here until you get over to TV. That's where you want to end up. So you want to have it on TV, you want to have optical, you want to have PCM. Then you got to actually pair this also. So what you do on that, come over here, pairing button on the back of there. Just hold that down. See it's flashing there. Come over to this one. Hold that one down. Little button back there. You see it start flashing up. So that's how you know it connected, because this one will actually stop. Remote. Before you do all the reset, you have to hit surround and you have to hit optical. So hit optical and hit surround. Alright guys, I don't know why I have to do it like this, but these are all the steps that I took to make it work. I'm telling you, I tried it for days and days and days, so this is what you got to do. On the Insignia, you have to hold down the source button until it starts to reset itself. You'll see it flash a few times, and eventually you want it to end up on optical, the light right there. And then on your cables, if you don't have the PCM light up, it's because you probably just got to flip around the opticals. Just take them out of the back and reverse them. Then you got to go to your sound bar, the audio button. You got to hit that until the movie and music both light up. That way you're using both sides of the speaker. Then you have to hold down this movie music button. You hold that down here, and either the USB or the USB and analog will blink. You want the USB and analog. Or actually, you only want the USB to blink twice. So mine just blinks, so I set them both. So you don't want that. You want it to USB to only blink twice, just USB by itself. And that reason why is because that's taking it basically out of battery consumption mode, and you want more power, not or I do. So you do that. Then now you got to make sure in order to adjust the TV value. First, in case you can't get this to pull up, you just got to go to your, that's your input. Make sure you're on the HDMI. Now, if you can't select it, it's probably because you got to do this step first. You got to go to your settings, and in your picture, you click on the additional settings. That HDMI Ultra HD, that's how you get 4K. So you can only go to one of them, so that's why you have to have the 4K HDMI. Make sure you turn that on, and then your picture should pop up. So once you do that, go over to your sound. Now the very first thing you actually want to do is come over here to General. Go to the Simply Link, make sure that's off. Okay. Then go back to sound. And make sure your Atmos is off right now. Turn everything off. Turn this to sound. Turn that to standard. Make sure it's on standard. And then see this ultra surround. I'm just leaving that off right now. But you see, once you're in, you can switch over. But anyways, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn your volume all the way up with your remote. Okay. And the only way you can do that is by being on internal TV speaker. So if you can't adjust that, it's probably because you're not on internal TV speaker. So go there, turn it all the way up, and then mute it. Then come over here, and you want to turn your Insignia one all the way down. Then you want to come over to your Sony and turn that one all the way down. Okay, so you're gonna go back to your settings now. Here, I'm going to go to sound. Okay. In sound mode settings, click on that. Turn the ultra surround on. Then you're going to go to Dolby Atmos. And on standard is the only way you'll be able to change it. If you go to this one first, so you can't do anything. But if you're on standard, you can turn it on and off. So you'll have Ultimate and Dolby both on. So you go down to gain, that one's already on. You go back. Okay, so obviously, you still are on there right now. But what you're gonna do is reset everything, but you're gonna reset it all with that, with that all selected. So you're going to go down, so again, remember you're on internal speaker. You're going to go to General, and you are going to, actually before you do that, I don't know if this makes a difference or not, but make sure that you are on the right settings for your PlayStation. Under the sound and screen, under audio output settings, you want to be on HDMI out, and you want to be on bitstream DTS. Alright, I guess you can't use Dolby Atmos on here, at least not a true version of it. And I had problems where, the sound was going over each other, there'd be a huge delay, where I couldn't get the front to go loud enough, where I couldn't get the back to go loud enough, I just couldn't get into sync, and I didn't know why, but these steps are the only way I got it to work. So, once you're on there, on the HDMI, so you're going to go to the sound. You're going to go to, make sure it's all like that, those steps there. Then you're going to go to General. Not General. You're going to change this first. Change your sound out to HDMI ARC. See, it says Sim Links now. So right now I don't have any audio. That's because I reset them I reset them with, with it being all the way down. So from there, you'll just be able to use this one to turn up the back speakers. See, that noise is coming from the back. And then use this one to turn up the front speaker. Once you back out, you should be good to go. Guys, well, thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it. I know I worked hard on this. There's so many different opinions out there, and I swear I tested everything, and this was the only thing I got to work for me. Everything else just didn't work. So hopefully it worked for you. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'm gonna actually put out a video for the Xbox for the Dolby Atmos. I think that actually should be easier to set up because you can use 2 HDMI cables. That was the hard part of this, is not having another HDMI slot on my soundbar. Everything else, I think based on what I learned, that would have made everything easier. But this worked for me, and I really appreciate you tuning in, and have a good day.